But while it's being directed from Stuttgart, Germany, the military operations are taking place all across Africa. The U.S. knows that, right? There were, I think it was in Niger, there were 4 American soldiers who were killed. And I think one of them was African-American young man from Chicago. And in the U.S. press, they were discussing how Donald Trump was not humane to the family, right? And I was very surprised that this was the discussion, right? We have an American soldier who was killed in Africa, and the analysis was very low that was a partisan attack on Donald Trump. I didn't ask why a young black man from Chicago in his 20s is finding himself on the African continent in a military operation. What is that military operation? Are Africans attacking Americans? So Africa is becoming the new battlefield for the U.S. war on terror. The African continent did not know this form of terrorism before that we are seeing now, even in the DRC. I mean, it's fascinating that in the DRC today, the U.S. have been able to put Congo on the list of countries that harbors terrorist group. And that in the DRC today, we have jihadists. Now, here's the context. It's a very simple explanation. Congo has majority Christian country, or like about 70 to 80% Christians, right? Mm-hmm. We do have a Muslim community. So by them even bringing the term jihadist, they're stoking something that it's not possible, right? That all of a sudden we have these rebels who are called ADF, that they're saying they're tied to ISIS, and they're saying that the jihadists, so which means that ADF is trying to convert the whole Congo to Islam, right? Country of 100 million people to Islam, a small group. That's what they want the world to believe. And they are only attacking people where the oil is. You know what's the most fascinating thing? Because I'm on the ground now. I'm in Kinshasa as I'm speaking to you. And I was speaking to a human rights activist. And he made a funny joke. And I laughed when he shared it with me. He said, and I asked him about the ADF. And he shared a few things, but I'll share the anecdote that made me laugh. He said that Congo will be remembered as the only country where jihadists come and raid villages and steal pigs. And then when he said that, he made me laugh, right? Because I understood what he meant. I said, we have Muslims stealing pigs from villagers to go cook pigs in the forest. On the ground are very clear that this is a complete fabrication of what is happening. And then that's bringing U.S. military advisors under Africa, all across the African continent. We have U.S. military advisors who have come under Africa in the DRC. They are operating in Rwanda, they're operating in Uganda, they're all over West Africa. In the case of Ghana, the U.S. military has a whole terminal given to them. And then I will end by saying, beyond even Africa, what I've noticed in my research happening at the moment is that we have now something called U.S. Army Cyber, which I never knew that it existed. And when I heard that U.S. Army Cyber, so I said, what is this U.S. Army Cyber? And in the DRC, they are spending time bringing Congolese politicians and asking them one question: what is your view on China? So whenever I heard that, I said, a Congolese politician is in a room with about 70 army officers who are from a branch called U.S. Army Cyber. What does cybersecurity in the U.S. Army have to do with China? And why do you want to know what Congolese people think? So me saying that and saying that the U.S. military expression is happening at an alarming rate, because one, as I said, they're looking at African as objects that we can't think for ourselves. We can't change our things. It's very simple.